And no, this is not some kind of like bullshit. And not something that's gonna just annoy us. Kate and Jimbo. We wanna see a bit of football chat, not like the rest of the other football crap. Hey, we wanna get it with the realness. Oh, baby. Kate and Jimbo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Kate and Jimbo. It is, what day is it? Tuesday, the 10th of February, and it's game day again. Hell yay! And welcome Newcastle to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight. We have put the members link in the community post page. If anyone does want to come on and have their say, all we ask is that you have your camera on and are polite. If no one wants to come on, we will just waffle on for an hour or so about Tottenham and everything to do with that club. But I'm joined as always by Jimbo. Jimbo, how you doing?
Kate and Jimbo, Kate and Jimbo, Kate and Jimbo. Jimbo's very well, thank you.
Please don't ever do that again. That includes the dancing. Big up as well to our show sponsor, Mr. Bit Art, Moon Dog. I've just put another order in, coming on Wednesday. For all your football stuff and gifts, personalised mugs, placemats, slate, just loads of stuff. Please just go over and check him out. Help small businesses out, much like the coffee company. Make sure you help Benji out as well. But yeah, this is our official sponsor, and a bloody good person is our Moondog. So do go over and support his work over at Mr. Bit Art on Etsy. The address is constantly streaming along the bottom, so do check him out. Before we get into everything, what, darling?
His stuff is excellent.
It is top quality stuff, and you can have it personalized however you want. He's very what's the word? Not adaptable. He's what?
Versatile.
No, he will
accommodate.
That's it. He's very accommodating. So yeah, do go and check him out. But let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Rob Always United saying hi, Kate and Jimbo. I'm waiting for the foot tapping intro. Big up Alan over at Tottenham Logic TV. Go over and sub to Alan saying it's a must-win game tonight. We cannot afford to lose. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We've got Leo over in Colorado from Mile High Hotspur saying, what's up, homies? Good morning. Big up, Leo. Congrats on reaching 2,500. We're plodding our way up to there. Hoping to get there by my birthday, which is May. So if you haven't smashed a subscribe, please do, guys. It does help the channel and gets us out there. Shemtan's in the house saying, afternoon, Princess Kate and Sir Jimbo. Hope you're both doing well. Can we please get a voodoo doctor come out to Dr. Tottenham to give us a chance today? Oh, don't. Hope you and Mum are well, Shem. Always lovely to see you. Graham's in the house from Spurs GCTV. Graham, good to see you. Not seen you for a while. Hope you and the missus are well. Hi, Kate, Jimbo and chat. Big up Twisted. Big up Gary Ball. Big up Steve D. Says, that intro, you funky fuckers. Big up, Steve. Hope you're well. And he's been a member for 27 months.
Well, I know I'm definitely funky, Steve.
I'm just bowing down to the loyalty there. Thank you, Steve. Hope you and the family are well. Put that trophy down, Jimbo. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we hold another one, I think. But who knows? Afternoon to you, Chris Peters. Hope you're feeling well. Let us know how you're doing and looking after yourself. Steve Graham is saying life's hectic at the moment. Well, it's good to see you, Graham. Good afternoon as well to Paul G, who's in the house. Anthony's here. Morning. It's afternoon, is it? Yeah, afternoon to you, my love. When will relegation be a real conversation? I think it is a real conversation. Yeah. I mean, TalkSport this morning been covering it. I think Drive yesterday on TalkSport covering it. I think it is a real conversation. Ricky Sachs did a good interview today on TalkSport. I watched it just now, saying that it's genuinely scary how, sorry, I'm just watching the cat, how close we are to that relegation zone. So, yeah, I think it is a real conversation. And if tonight, God forbid we lose and West Ham and Forest get something, then it is a really, really, really real conversation. What are you trying to do, Archie? You can't get out the window. Big up to our sponsor there, Moondog. Been a member for a month, but a supporter for a lot longer than that. So big up Moondog. Good to see you. And coming in with a super chat as well, saying afternoon, Jimbo and Bonnie. Thank you. Good afternoon to you, and thanks for the super chat. Like I say, always a massive support of the channel, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Beyond 72 deep soulful house mixes. Wow. Came for Kate and Jimbo, staying for the kitten. Yeah, God knows what he's going to get up to. What are you doing, Archie? What are you doing? Oh, he's meowing. What do you want? You know what he wants? More food, because he would just eat and eat and eat. So, yeah, little cutie pie. Jimbo, don't worry, 17th in Champions League's on the cards this season. As long as it's not relegation in the Champions League. Oh, my God, can you even imagine? Morning. Oh, we just got up. Well, good morning to you. It's good to see you. Why has it taken me so long to realise that was a cat? Maybe you're just blown away by our magnificent presence on screen. That's the only thing I can think of. Must win tonight, says Wilson. Indeed it is. It's a definite mustn't lose. But yeah, we do need to win it. Everyone talking amongst themselves. Good morning, Rob Plan. Good to see you. Jamie says Forest have Wolves tomorrow too, so very likely they'll get something. Yeah. If you look at our predictions on the community section, we have all predicted Wolves to get some Forest to beat Wolves. So yeah, that's quite.
I predicted 1-1.
All right. Oh, let me rephrase that. We've all predicted Forest to get something at Wolves. Yeah. Whether it be 1 or 3 points. The cat's climbing up my frigging leg. Oh, you are a demon. Demon cat. Say hello, everyone. My name's Archie. Go on, bugger off. El Dante says, "Big up Kate and Jim. Hope you're well. I had diagnosis yesterday for ADHD, so explains why everything's felt hard always. Thank you for both of you for what you do for mental health." Well, big up, El Dante. I'm glad you've got a diagnosis, although don't let that define you. But I was just sitting here watching the intro thinking we haven't done a mental health show for ages, so we must get one put into the show. But yeah, big up to you. You know where we are if you ever need a chat. Rob says, "I don't think you'll get relegated. Even with your injuries, you're better than Wolves, Burnley and West Ham." Yeah, and I think as of gradually, if we get players back, you'll see our results improve. But oh my God, this cat. Big up Daniel Sander Albury in the love, as always. Good to see you. Flossie's in the house. Saying afternoon, Kate and Jimbo. Big up, Flossie. Paul G's coming in with a super sticker. Let's have a look and see what it is. Oh, I've got a new super sticker thing. I thought I'd jump on the Sean train. It's not a super sticker train. It's a super sticker siren. It's not quite the same. I thought I can't steal the train, so I'm doing a super sticker siren. So big up for the super sticker siren alert, and it went. The super sticker was a man in shades looking cool. So big up to you, Paul. Thank you very much for the support. Moondog as well coming in with a second super chat saying we're going to beat Newcastle 2-0 tonight. Oh, I do hope so. That would definitely put my mind at rest. It's very concerning times at the minute. Big up to you, Steve FC. Good to see you, my man. Leo says, "Kate, my homie, did you catch any of Bad Bunny's performance?" I haven't. I always watch the halftime show, but I haven't. But I am really intrigued by this guy because I saw he won a Grammy. And I spoke to my son, obviously Wills, about it. And he said that his girlfriend really likes him. And he does really upbeat Latino music. So I'm going to make a concerted effort to watch his halftime performance because I fancy he might be a bit of me. Because apparently he had Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin. I mean, amazing.
William just stayed up to watch it.
Yeah, I normally do because I've never heard of him. But then I saw the Grammy presentation and I thought, oh, first Latino, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, yes, I am going to make a concerted effort to watch it. Yes, we are going to do a charity stream beginning of March. I'm going to release the date this week, but it'll be the beginning of March. It'll only be 12 hours because I can't do 24 with my fibro. But we'll probably incorporate a mental health section. Mickey said he'd come on. Ricky Sachs also said he's going to try and come on as well for a bit. So yeah, that'll be good. Yes, you were the first to get the siren. Congrats. Is that the siren letting us know Frank's being arrested for impersonating an attacking manager? Spurs sounds like Spurs ambulance for the injured.
I think that was quite soft what he said there, because it could get worse than that from me.
Yeah, true. My wife is Puerto Rican. We loved it. He's made us Latinos, Hispanic. Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Like I say, I really, really, really think I will like his stuff. I love Ricky Martin.
William said he was excellent.
Yeah, and he said it's very upbeat and uplifting. And he went, although he does sing in Spanish, I was like, that's all right. I can speak Spanish. Look. So I'll pick it up in no time. Ole. Do you think you'd come straight back up? No. I've said it from day one. I really think the Championship's one of the hardest leagues in the world. So I don't think we would. However, I'm hanging on to the hope that we won't end up there. Jim, what do you think?
I think that if we go down, every member of ENIC should be hung, drawn and quartered across England, because I think it's an absolute travesty the way they've treated us fans. I'm going to say the manager, the players, the club. What they did in January was criminal. And if I was in power, I'd have them all thrown in the tower.
They did say on TalkSport, if we end up going down, it could be the most unbelievably critical mistake that ENIC made, not investing in January. But look, let's hope we don't get there. Moondog with his hat trick of Super Chats, big up Moondog, said, believe, I can feel it in my bones. Well, Jimbo had a dream, Jimbo, didn't you?
Yeah,
what was the score in your dream?
3-1. I mean, what is this club? What is it? I wake up every night thinking about it. Every night between 3 and 5, I wake up and I go to the toilet and I lay in bed and I can't sleep because I'm thinking about Tottenham. I just think to myself, what have they done to us as fans? I can't ever remember in over 55 years of supporting this club feeling like I do. I talk to you about it all the time. I must drive you mad, Kate. But I am really, really, really worried, right, that we could go down. It's for me. It's. I look at the games we've got, right, and I just think to myself, unless these players really put their heart and soul into it and really, really like fight, you know, I could just see it happening. I can. You know, these players really need to stand up and be counted starting tonight. Otherwise, I can see us going into it. I can, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't look, the way I'm looking at it, we just don't pick up the points, right, that we need, like Forest do and West Ham are doing. They're picking up points, you know, 3 points. We're picking up the odd point here and there. And it's just not enough. You know, and I'm so worried about going down. Honestly, I am. I will be devastated. I think I will just go and lock myself in a shed somewhere for a month if we get relegated.
Yeah, Jimbo said to me the other day, if we go down, will you carry on doing the channel? And I said, probably, but it'd probably be Kate and Jimbo talk about everything except football. But I honestly think we'll be fine. I do think we'll get out of it.
I wish I felt like you felt. I don't.
But the fact that we're even having the conversation is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Big up to PFC TV. Says, keep up the good work. Loved it when you had Lou on your show. Yes, she was brilliant. We will get her back on the show soon. We really enjoyed having lovely Lou on.
I think you should maybe get Lou on, say, once a month or something.
Yeah, it'd be good to have a review, like a monthly review with her or something.
Yeah.
Score prediction. I don't think Jim even knows what my score prediction is for tonight. Do you know? Did I tell you?
No, you didn't. Did you say 2-2?
Yeah. I've gone for a draw.
I've only gone 3-1 because I dreamt it. If I didn't dream it, I don't know what I would do.
If I wasn't married to Jim, I would have gone for a loss. But I think if I could predict another loss, Jim may actually divorce me. So
the thing is, right? Look, it's all right the way I am with my scores. I always do big scores for Tottenham because I love them so much, and I just really in my heart want them to just smash everybody. But when was the last time? When did we beat Newcastle last time?
I don't know, but our last win at home was December the 6th against Brentford. We haven't had a win in 2026 in the Premier League. It is really dire straits.
I mean, the next two games, right, are two teams we very rarely beat, Newcastle and Arsenal.
We've got no chance.
The last time we beat Arsenal was 2021, I think. And I just think to myself, fuck, we lose them two games, right? That's 6 points gone. And if the ones behind us pick up 3 points out of two games, that's it. We're there then. We are amongst it. So the next two games, we need to pick up points. If we pick up 3 points tonight, I will start feeling a lot better. Get that 9 point gap again. And then, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to predict us to beat Arsenal, but we very rarely beat them. And then after that, we got Fulham and Palace where we can pick up points. And but I'm so worried, Kate, honestly.
I think our last 12 games at home, we've won 2, drawn 4, lost 6. And Newcastle's last 12 games away, they've won 2, drawn 4, lost 6. And I can't remember the date, but the last time we won on a midweek Premier League game is, I think it's over a year ago. It's ridiculous.
It was like 1972 or something.
It's madness. Big up, Ronnie. Good to see you, my love. Look, I've always said if Arsenal went down, I would miss them and the derbies because that's what makes football as wonderful as it is. But I don't know. I don't think we'd go down. Jamie says you'd go straight back up. I'm a Bristol City season ticket holder, so I know the Championship well. You'd have plenty enough money to go up. Yeah, might actually win a trophy as well. They have the cheek to release a new shirt. Have they? I didn't even know. I haven't even looked at my email. So the worst thing that could have happened to Spurs was winning Europa. It covered the cracks. No, I can't say.
The worst thing that happened was them not kicking on from that.
No. The worst thing to happen was them not kicking on from the Champions League final and back in Poch.
Yeah, but that was gone now, okay, years ago. But I mean, we just had another chance, right? And we won a big trophy, right? For me, it's the third biggest trophy in domestic football, and they never kicked on from it, And look, and I'm going to say it because I said it before. I think they should have kept Ange for another year. As much as a lot of people didn't want to hear that, I thought he earned the right. To take us onto the next season, winning us that trophy. And if you look at the Van der Ven interview, he said that Ange had started to talk to him about dropping that high line back a bit. And I think we would have had a better season than we're having now. I'm not saying it would have been magnificent, right? But I thought that winning that trophy, he earned the right to take us into this year. And instead of that, they sacked him and brought in Frank, which at the time, I was happy with Frank because I thought that I'd seen obviously what he'd done against other clubs and whether hear them talk about his tactics, but he doesn't seem to have bought any of that. He just seems to have bought a load of crap.
I don't think Thomas Frank's ever beaten Eddie Howe either, which is not a good omen. Big up Paul Rowland says, big up guys. Can't be any worse than Stellini's game versus Newcastle tonight. And that was with Harry. Yeah, that was when we lost 5-1, was it, or something? Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll be cheering on United and Chelsea too tonight. First time I can say that.
Cheering
exactly. On United and Chelsea, because we need United to beat West Ham. And Chelsea have got Burnley, is it? No. Who have Chelsea got then? Can't think they've got to know they're at home.
I can't see West Ham getting anything out of United.
Leeds. Chelsea have got Leeds. Yeah, sorry, Jess and the Leeds crew, but I need Leeds to lose tonight. Big up to Paige. Good to see you, my love. Please don't fall off the banister's cat. Oh my God, can't cope. Big up Moondog's gone for the quartet of super chat. Says my son, he doesn't watch the matches anymore. I watch alone. So sad. And I said sorry to him for him supporting Spurs. Do you know what? I've got to be honest. William come in our room the other day and he went, "Is it too late for me to change my colours?" I went, "No, change them now, Wills." And Jim went, "You can't. It's too late." And he went, Arsenal. I went, no. Don't even joke and say that. You can change the colours, but change them to Lincoln. He went, "Oh, I'd rather watch Spurs."
He wouldn't change his colours.
I don't think he cares enough about football to change his colours. But big up Moondog for your super chat. Thank you very much indeed. Beyond says, "I've been worried for months. 17th last season, can't win at home. But the doggy news felt like our fate is sealed." Yeah, terrible news that is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at that. I mean, I look at it, let's give this kid a chance, right? And what I've heard about Sousa, some big people in football say he's the real deal. So,
interesting question from Simon there, Jimbo. Would you swap Frank for Ange?
Right this time now, no, I wouldn't. I would sack Frank though. I would sack him right this second if I could, and I would put the what's his name? What's his name? Yeah, I'd put him in. I would sack Frank. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, went for a wee, and I was laying there, and I was just thinking about Tottenham, and I was thinking, I cannot believe that Tottenham are in this position. And if I could have sacked him at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd have rung him up and sacked him.
Yeah, Gordon is out, which is good for us because he always plays well against us. Villa got relegated. Now they're in the Champions League. Yeah, what's happened to Villa is incredible. I still remember that famous night with Mora, and now we're talking relegation. What a drop! Yeah.
Do you know what? The year Villa come up, we was in the Champions League final. It's the same year.
Oh, don't, Rob. Saying United always struggle at West Ham in recent times. Don't. I still remember that famous night. Yeah.
This is a bit different undercarriage.
If we lose tonight, do you think Frank has to go to give whoever 10 days before the Gooners? Yeah. I think Frank should have gone before now. But then again, can I just say, I've got to be honest, right? We're inundated with injuries, and you've got to make allowances for that. And I do think we are seeing an improvement.
Yeah, only since I wasn't whatever his name is has come in.
Yeah, but is it that, or is it just that they're,
they hire him and then it has got a bit better?
I just don't know what the answer is anymore.
It ain't Frank.
Sack Frank and appoint Jimbo.
I tell you what, I'd get a rocket up their arse in the changing room. Tell you that now. They'd go out there with a bit of fight in them.
Now, before, obviously, I've gone through all the chat. Big up to everyone who is here. Thank you very much. Please do smash a like. It does help. Smash a like, hype, all that malarkey.
Frank Kate when we lost to Arsenal. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was a disgrace, that game.
I have got to do the first topic of conversation now we've gone through the chat, which is something that boils my piss, I'm going to be honest. Christian Romero. Obviously, we lost 2-0 at the weekend against Manchester United. A game that I actually, despite what Lou and David said, I thought we was in the game until that red card. And then he made a difficult task impossible, really. Anything you want to say about the game, Jim? And what are you making of this twat?
I mean, I know Lou and whoever else said that they didn't think we was, but I haven't seen one podcast of anybody that has said that Tottenham was in the game, and it was like a 50-50 until he went off. And as soon as he went off, I looked at you and I said, "That's it, we've lost." There's no way you're beating United the way they're playing, the way he's galvanised them. I'm not saying we would have beat United, right? But I think we could have got something out of the game. But there's no way we was beating them with 10 men, you know. And I just knew as soon as he went off, was the first thing I said to you, Kate. We
lose from here.
We lose from here.
You actually said to me, if I was on my own, I'd turn over. That's what you said.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. I mean, look, we can't. I thought they put up quite a good fight with the 10 men. I mean, because look, let's be honest, right? United are really, really playing well. For me, they're probably they are probably since Carrick's took over, they're the informed team, aren't they? I mean, since Carrick's took over, they'd be, if the league had just started, they'd be at the top with Arsenal. So, I mean, so it was no surprise, was it? Down to 10 men, we weren't going to beat them. I thought the players did all right. They did as well as they could, you know, under the circumstances. It was a makeshift team anyway, you know, a bit of a makeshift team. So Romero just kind of kicked us in the balls. He's such an idiot. Yeah, if he went, I wouldn't miss him.
No, but I also agree with this. I think, look, I've got to intertwine the two conversations because, look, Poch did an interview yesterday or the day before, openly twerking for Spurs again, saying all his best memories are at Tottenham. His favourite time was at Tottenham. You know, his assistant coach said the same thing. He said he wants to win the Premier League and wants to win the Champions League. If anyone can sort out this mess and tame Cutie Romero, it's Pochettino. They're both Argentinian. I think he will get Romero will respect Poch for what he did for Argentina playing the World Cup. For me, all roads lead to Pochettino. There's nothing else. There's just nothing else. It's got to be Poch in the summer. And I said to Jim yesterday, what worries me is that in the summer we stick with Frank for whatever reason and Poch goes to another Premier League club. That terrifies me and I don't know what will happen because I think everything's aligned for Poch's return. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, Jimbo, am I just being nostalgic or is there something in that?
Look, I mean, I was watching Ben and Sim yesterday and Sim was talking about other managers, Nagelsmann, Tuchel. Why would you want any of them above Poch? Poch loves his club. You know, I think he's what we need to galvanise everything. He's got unfinished business here. He openly comes out. All right, Ben. He openly comes out and says that he wants to win the Premier League, Premier League and the Champions League.
More like Teddy Bear than Teddy Sheringham, but anyway.
But why would you want anybody else? I mean, let him come back and see what he can do. I mean, I'm rooting for Poch.
My heart will smash into a million pieces if we don't bring him back. I was one of these people who are a bit sort of like, oh, I don't want him to come back and ruin his legacy. But after watching his interview, and I've been watching old games, I've also been going through my old tweets about the nights and the wins and the way we played. And there was a conversation on Talk Sport where Jason Cundy said that Poch is the best manager in the league ahead of Pep. And Andy Goldstein said, no, it's Pep. And I was reading through it and I thought, I miss this time. I miss these times. I need him back. And if he goes to someone else, Joey Barton, behave yourself. Don't even go there. If he goes to another Premier League team, it'll break my heart because I agree. You know, he said he thinks he's the best manager he's ever been. And I think people change. He's got a lot more experience now. It's 10 years on or whatever it is. I don't see any other answer to the Spurs question at the minute.
I think the deal's done, Kate. I think it's done.
It's not about short memories, Joey. I remember, like I said, I was going through my old tweets and I said Spurs lost it. Poch lost interest and lost the dressing room because he lost the interest because he knew he wasn't going to get backed. He had an aging squad. He'd got to the Champions League final with a squad that it was excellent, but it was coming to the end of its tenure, if you like. And he wasn't backed. He was told he wasn't going to be back. So it's no wonder he lost his mojo. You know, I won't have it that he just lost interest with the club and was twerking for someone else. I'm not having it.
I don't understand what you mean short memories for. Short memories of the great football you give us. You know, and it's like, I know people can say, well, he never won nothing, but we was playing football that we could have won something, right? And we had so much, we had so much going on, playing at Wembley, the stadium being built. You know, I mean, you got to remember, we went the last season under White Hart Lane, we never lost at White Hart Lane. You know, so I think he's got unfinished business. And I think the deal's done, Kate. I do.
Oh, I do.
You were a brilliant watch, Mama, and the watch. I mean, it was just magnificent. What's that? 25 points in 24 games.
His choice not to be bagged. Please tell me you don't really believe that. Please tell me. And if you say, well, David Pleat said it, I don't. What manager in the history of football managers around the world has ever said, I don't want new players? Please enlighten me, someone. I mean, we've got 29 points from 25 games with Frank. You know, we have got to get Poch back in this club. He will unite the fan base. He will sort out the egos. The discipline needs to be stamped on. He will do all that. He needs to come back. Big up, David. Says, you've lost a lot of players due to injury. You've missed on all your first choice targets in the summer. It's a tough one for sure. There's many factors. Yeah, I mean, David was one of the people who said that Man United was sensational against us. And yet Page has said, Man U basically won because of Romero and his bozo moment. If it was 11 versus 11, could easily have been a Spurs win. Didn't think Man United were great. That's how I felt. I didn't think Man United were great either. Not until we went down to 10 men. And then, of course, it's a completely different kettle of fish. Would you rather Spurs stay up and Arsenal win the league or Spurs relegate and Arsenal bottle it? No, Spurs stay up and Arsenal win the league. Okay, no contest.
I don't want Arsenal to win the league, but if they win it, I won't lose any sleep. If Tottenham go down, I will have bags under my eyes for 2 months.
Yes, I believe it. If you're not being backed, why sign a new deal? You say that, but Romero's come out and said they're liars. Don't you think they make promises and don't keep them? I don't trust the board as far as I can throw them. I've got to be honest. Ben Bryant says, you won't go down. I'm not that lucky. You would miss us. You'd miss the North London derby, so don't even go there. I'm firmly Frank out and firmly Poch not in. A trade-off, though, would be Poch in under new owners. Yeah. Larry Nealing, it will be Vinay or Langer interim. We look good 11 versus 11. Even the stats confirm it. Yeah, I agree. Even with 10 men, Spurs were more dangerous. I thought we were great in comparison to what we have been. We would have lost that under Amorim. Yeah, I agree, but I don't think you were particularly impressive. When I watched you against City and Arsenal, I thought you were really impressive, but I didn't. I thought you were there for the taking. And then Romero.
I don't think they played bad, Kate. I'm not going to stand here and say they played bad because I don't think they did. I thought they played some good football, but it kind of spoilt the game, him getting sent off, which is probably suitable for United fans because they want to win the game. So I don't think any of them lost any sleep. But as a football fan, it just killed the game. I thought they started off the better, Man United, and then we got into the game, and then we had a really good spell, 10 to 15 minutes, and then I mean I thought it was a real even game. And when he got sent off, I just knew that was it. I just knew it. I mean, if I had been on my own, I would have switched off and watched the film because it was agony. It was agony because he didn't need to do what he done. If every time he gets sent off, it's normally against a Brazilian player, so he obviously can't hold his head against the Brazilians. And it was just reckless what he done, And it was just he let everybody down, everybody by doing it. And at the stage, if we was like say 9th or 8th, and we was clear of the ones behind, it wouldn't have been the end of the world that he got sent off. But because of the place we were in, right, it was devastating because we need the points, and he's just thrown 3 points down the drain by being reckless.
Not only that, I kind of feel for Frank because all he seems to be doing at the minute is talking about frigging Romero with his comments on Instagram. then his red card, as if he ain't got enough on his plate. He's talking about that twat. It really pisses me off. He'd never be captain for me again. I don't care how many points he's won us. Captains are meant to lead by example, and he doesn't do that. And people can say what they like about Sonny. He led by example for me.
Yeah, I mean, people were saying the other day when he scored that header to get the point against Brentford, against Burnley, right? He was at fault. He was at the first goal. Him and the other dead defenders were at fault, all of them, because they all stood like they were playing musical statues, whatever it's called. And the second goal, one, Vicario kicked it out, and he didn't control it, and they scored from that. He let it go under his foot, and then he scored to get the equaliser. And people were screaming about it, but we might not have been behind if it hadn't been for him.
I have actually done Brentford to win tonight, but there is a bit of hopium involved. Couldn't give two Fs about Woolwich nowadays. The most important issue is our club, exactly, Joey. Yeah. Big up Dermatron saying 4-0 tonight. Spurs will rise again. Come on, you Spurs. I hope you're right. Dermot, myself, Jimbo and Harry are doing the pump up tonight at 6 p.m. on We Are Tottenham TV. But you can watch it here as well because it's going to be streamed on both channels. So do give us a watch, give us a like. This cat's gone to sleep, look. Which is annoying because it's in my right arm. But got to get back to work. Take care, all. 2-0 win tonight. Start of a few wins to avoid the big R. Big up, Graham. Lovely to see you. Send our love to your missus.
Just put him on your leg.
Because I can't, because otherwise I can't put my legs in.
I'll put him on the floor.
Oh, he doesn't want to be on the floor. He's a prince. Send some of what Dermot is on, please. Samuel says Ruben Amorim should replace Thomas Frank at Tottenham Hotspur and sign an 8-year contract with Spurs. No, thank you. I think Ruben Amorim would do well at Spurs, but I don't want him signing an 8-year bloody contract. Big up, Jesse. Hope you're well, my love. Good to see you. Romero's a funny fella. 1 minute he will cost you the game, the next he will win it with a diving header into the top corner. Him and Martinez with Emi Martinez in goal for Argentina. He is a funny fella because he has the capability to play out of his box and can be an absolutely sensational defender. But he has got the bozo gene and it's so frustrating. I mean, I just knew he was going to get sent off. You could tell. But I will say one thing, for all Angie's faults, Postecoglou did get that side of his game right down. And I started to say, I remember saying it so many times on this channel, he's given him the captaincy, he's really calmed him down and he's been behaving like a leader. But I don't know, it obviously wasn't just the captaincy, it was the way that Ange dealt with him. And Thomas Frank's obviously too weak to actually deal with this guy. And it's a sad thing to say, but it's obviously a fact. Rob says Romero handed us that game on a plate. I did not trust the ball one bit. No footballing brain amongst them. ENIC 2.0 is still bloody ENIC and lies yet. I agree. Everyone's saying hello to Jesse. Romero let the whole club down. Yeah. Give the captaincy to Gallagher. I'd give it to Van der Ven before Gallagher. I mean, I don't know about you, Jimbo, but I wouldn't give it to Gallagher yet. He's only just come in. I think that'd be Poch that probably gives it to Gallagher.
I think if Paulinho signs, I'd give it to him.
Yeah, to be fair, he'd make a great captain. I love Michael Carrick. I think what he's doing at Man United is unreal, and I like him.
Spurs approached him about being into him. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is.
Don't forget, guys, we're sat here waffling, but if anyone does want to come on the members show, the link is in the community section. Yeah, Paulinho all day. I mean, we've got to sign this guy. I think he's such a good player. Although I don't like him from Stosh, I'm just going to put it out there.
He's a leader, isn't he?
He is.
He's a leader.
So we've covered Romero. We've covered Poch.
I mean, you should have put a poll in. How many people want Poch back?
I put a poll into how many people think. Let's have a look. Ooh. I did a poll to what the result will be tonight. And it says Spurs to win 46%, Draw 27%. Newcastle to win 27%. So very, very, very close. Now let's do the Poch one. Do you want one? Poch back. Let's put that in. Do you want Poch back?
Kate and Jimbo.
So yeah, the majority of people think it will be a Spurs win. You'll never see Kulu kick a ball for Spurs again. Is that because you think Joey? Yeah, Joey said that the Romero to Real Madrid deal was done, and that never happened. I think we probably will, but I don't think it'll be this year. Paulinho is a leader and a winner. Van de Ven for captain. I'm a Romero fan, but his card is marked now. Not saying without reason, but if it's debatably, the ref and VAR will always go against him. Yeah, he's put a target on his back. That's his own stupid fault. It's like I said to Jim, you see some challenges and they get away with it. And I say to Jim, if that was Romero, he's getting booked. But they do know when a player's a dirty player, and he has now got that reputation. So
he's a bozo. He's a bozo. He just, I don't know why he does it. He didn't need to follow through on that. He didn't need to. You know,
he could have broke his ankle.
Yeah, and how many times have we seen him do it? And we say he didn't need to do that. You know, I don't know. It just absolutely spoilt the game for me. I mean, if we'd have gone on with 11 men and lost to them and played well, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. But he cost us the game, and now he's out for 4 games.
Yeah.
So we got Danso out. It don't look like he's going to be back for a few weeks yet.
You doggy.
Yeah. So we got Dragusin and Van der Ven. So if one of them get injured, where are we then? Yeah.
Jesse telling everyone to smash a like. Rob telling everyone to like and subscribe. Yes, please do. To think Carrick was sacked at Borough and Rossini sacked by Hull and both flying at United and Chelsea. Yeah, this is true.
Sometimes managers ain't got the tools they need.
Not just that, but I always say it's not necessarily a bad manager, it's just a bad fit. And I think
that's the case with Frank. I don't think he's a bad manager. I think he's just not the right fit for Tottenham.
Yeah. Roy says, I'm on bended knees. Please God, Arsenal to finish Premier League champions and Spurs to get relegated on the final day of the season. My soul would be yours. Naughty Roy. That's very naughty. I'm just going to put it out there. El Dante said Romero appeared to call Enoch a disgrace in social media and then got himself sent off. I know. Do your talking on the pitch, Romero. Stay off social media.
Couldn't write it, could you?
No.
I mean, it was just ridiculous, wasn't it?
Big up, Lee. Good to see you. Absolute B. I should have worn my other glasses because these are close-up ones because I'm sitting quite bad. I can't see. If Romero was at Liverpool, he wouldn't have been sent off. Interesting. I back Romero, but for that to happen wasn't great. Yeah, it's happening too often. That's the thing. Six red cards. You know, he's 4 games banned because he's had one this season. Most red carded Premier League player in, you know, that time.
You know, the thing is, Kay, you've got to accept if you've got a player like Romero in your team, right, he's going to get red carded now and again, right? It's just, he is. But it's like you've got to use your head and you've got to read the room, right? The last thing we needed was for him to get sent off at this critical stage of the season in the position we're in. So you should have a bit of savvy about him. You know, he's going to get sent off now and again because he's a fiery player. But have a bit of savvy about you and think of the consequences.
I mean, a lot of people were saying, Jimbo, on the television that they're not sure he's really a defender because he always gets himself out of position and moves forward. Do you think that there's a possibility that he should try being played in the midfield, or is that because how many people I've heard say he's not really a defender, Romero?
I think he would do well in the midfield. I think he would. I mean, look, if Poch comes in, you know one thing, he'll find their best positions. You know?
He can put me in my best position if he wants.
I I could help him with that. I could give him some advice.
It might take two of you to move me. I'm like a whale.
No, don't say that.
I don't know the last time we got a penalty, to be fair.
If Spurs,
if Spurs lose to Newcastle, will Frank go, says Jesse.
I think they've got to sack him. Another home loss. They've got to sack him, Jess. They've got to. I mean, I've said this before, but I mean, they've got to. This guy, Heisinger, whatever his name is. I keep thinking of Breaking Bad.
I know. Isn't it Heitinger or something?
I keep thinking of Breaking Bad. But look, they've got to. Just get rid of him. His press conferences are just so cringe now. No. I mean, he talks so much crap. I'm sorry. You know, the things he says.
For me, I don't think it matters what Frank does tonight. I don't think he's going till the end of the season. And as Martin Keown rightly pointed out, if Spurs sack him and they get it wrong and they go down, the board will be blamed. If Spurs keep him and they go down, the board will be blamed. So they can't win.
Yeah, but look where we are, Kate. If he loses again tonight, it looks like we're going to go down with him. At least get a fresh head in there that can give us a bit of a push. You know, maybe get a manager bounce and pick up some points. Bloody hell, you can't do any worse. You could bring Mickey Mouse in there and he couldn't do any worse.
Yeah, honestly, he's all right, Mickey. You leave him alone.
Look, I know nothing about coaching, right? You could put me in there and I could do as good a job as him. You could put Rob, right, Always United in there. He could do as good a job. But beyond, what job is he doing? He's not doing a good job. He's doing a terrible job. I'm sorry, Kate, but he is. Yeah, you could get some guy who's done his coaching badges, right, and he's on one of these lower divisions, and he could do a good a job as him because we're not picking up points. 1 point here, 1 point there. It's ridiculous. Honestly, how they sacked him, I am absolutely dumbfounded, and they've not sacked this guy. How is he still doing these press conferences and talking the shit he's talking? I'm just fucking dumbfounded that he's still sitting there in a job.
You can't bring Poch in now because he's tied into his contract for the American World Cup. So I think if they could have, they would have. But I just don't think that they'll get rid of him. I'm not a Frank inner. I'm not sticking up for Frank. I just don't think they will get rid of him until the end of the season. Frankfurt and Palace won't have 2 easy games next.
That was a game. I enjoyed that game the other day. Palace against Brighton. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really. What did I say to you, Kate? I thought it was a really good game. Really good scrap.
The board deserve relegation after not helping us in the January window with the amount of injuries. Yeah, you said that, Jim.
If we get relegated, it's what they deserve. It's not what we deserve as fans.
Yeah,
right? It's what they deserve for not even bringing in, you know, some loans. Look, I watched that. What's he called play the other day for Brighton? What's his name? For Palace. The one.
Oh, Strand Larson.
I tell you what. I know he hasn't scored a lot of goals, but he's a good player. He's a good player. You put him in the right team, that guy will score goals. He's a decent player. You know, anything would have helped.
Joey says we lose tonight. I'm backing us to go down. USA aren't going to win the World Cup. I know that's what I said. I'm not sure how much compensation we'd have to pay.
You know what? Right, the most they will have to pay him is 24 million. I think it's less than that. I think it's something like 18 or 20 million. Right, it's better to pay him 20 million and get him gone. Right, and we stay up because the money for staying up will cover that. You know, and then going down. I mean, they how can they be thinking about money at this present time when you're talking about getting relegated? It's fucking ludicrous. Just pay the fucker and get him gone. Fucking hell. I'll pay his taxi.
I'm sure that'll help with the 18 million they've got to pay, that you pay his taxi fare.
Do you know what, Kate? If they're not sacking him because of compensation, that just doubles the incompetence of them.
Yeah, I just don't think he gets sacked, I'm afraid. If Man United job becomes available in the summer, Poch will choose Man U over Spurs. The Man U job is more prestigious and attractive. He would never choose Man U over Spurs. I'm sorry.
He can't be twerking for Spurs like he's twerking for Spurs, right? And then take another job if he gets offered the Tottenham job. He's going to look a right muppet. But I think the deal's done anyway.
24 mil to sack Frank and his team, 60 mil to buy Poch out, and World War III with Trump.
Well, I mean, if they sack him and the new guy keeps us up, right, it'd be 24 million well spent.
I personally think if Man United don't keep Michael Carrick, they go for a Glasner or an Iriola, but probably a Glasner. I think Glasner is, I don't know, I've just got a feeling he's going to end up managing United. I'd only have Poch if that meant he brought Kane with him. Yeah, it's come out today that Kane's contract at Bayern hasn't been extended and the negotiations haven't really started. So that's interesting.
They haven't got anywhere, they reckon.
Yeah. What's the matter, darling? What can you say? Can you hear Daddy? He's so yummy. I know I have got the world's cutest cat. He is so squammy. I just love him so much. He's such a little cutie pie. Oh, I just love you. And today, Paige, who would you like at Spurs? At United. Let me know who you'd like. Today, Jimbo, I took him out to the dentist earlier. His appointment was at 9:10, if you please. And I took him out, but I got a nice big bunch of coloured roses, beautiful bunch of flowers, and an Easter egg, and some flapjack bites, which are my favourite thing in the world. So it was worth getting up early for that, not going to lie. Glasner's never managed a big club, avoid. Big up Luton Dan, hope you're well, my love. Says, afternoon, you both, hope you're great. I really don't think it's as much Frank as you think. In my opinion, it's more the players and how poor some of them are. The standard of player is worse. 17th last season. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's not like we've gone from 5th to being in a relegation battle. The warning signs were there last year, Jimbo. The players aren't good enough, let alone the fact that we've got like 12, whatever it is, injuries.
No, I just don't think he's right for this club, Kate. I just don't. You won't have me anywhere any different. I think the sooner he goes, the better for the club.
Fair enough. Joey's being rude as usual. I like an areola. Look, I think there's portions of blame everywhere. I think the board have got to take a massive chunk of blame.
Yeah, of course they have.
I think the players have got to take a chunk of blame, but then again, they can only be as good as they are. I think we've put the scouting at this club. Oh. Now, you could get the whole of the Looney Tunes, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, all of them, and they'd scout better than the lot we've got. They are terrible. I mean, who scouted around and thought that Wilson Odobert, and look, I'm using him, and he's one of the better ones. But who thought he's the best we can get? Seriously. It's just utter bonkersness. Brennan Johnson, I know he's gone now. I mean, someone rung up TalkSport where you was in the dentist gym and said the only positive he's taken from this season is what a baller Matthias Tell is, and even Frank doesn't play him enough. I don't know where he's got that from. I mean, I'm not saying that Tell isn't going to be a good player, but to say he's a proper baller is a bit.
I think under Poch you see a completely different Tell.
I think you'll see a completely different team because they bring the youth through. What's worse in life than Arsenal winning the quadruple and Spurs getting relegated? I don't. Potter, Chelsea, Hodgson, Liverpool, Moyes, United, Amorim, Man United, plus lots more good managers couldn't hack it at big clubs. Yeah.
I mean, look. Some managers, right? Some managers just they can't do the big clubs. You know, they can do the relegating ones that they fight and keep them up. You know, and some of them are just made to be in the Championship. Make good managers in the Championship, bring them up to the Premiership, and they take their club straight back down. It's just the way football is. You've got to be some sort of an elite manager, right, to be a big club. It's just a fact. You know, you have to be. If you want to win things at a big club, it has to be a certain manager for that club and the right fit and a certain personality. You know.
Paige says, depends the direction Man you want to go in. I like a Hansi Flick, Luis Enrique, Xavi. Yeah, so you're not particularly enamoured by Poch, obviously, because you didn't mention him.
And what if they keep Carrick, Page?
Yeah. What are the Spurs fans' responsibility? To get behind the team.
Yeah, to support the team.
Forget everything else. You've got to get behind the team, especially when you're fighting relegation. You've got to G your team up. I mean, what pissed me off is they were singing Romero was right, the ball is shite, literally minutes before he got sent off. You think that would have lifted him and then thought, yeah, the fans are behind me. I'm going to show them, you know, we're going to help them win. And then he goes and gets sent off. He's such a fucking idiot. I literally got no words for him. He is an absolute dickhead. He's definitely off my Christmas card list. Paige says managers I want to avoid are Southgate and Nagelsmann. Yeah, too many non-football people involved at Spurs. Agree. No to Poch. Going back to your ex is usually a bad decision. Dan, we need him. Odebert, although still not good enough, is miles better than Tell. Well, so far, but I don't really think we've seen enough of Tell. I've got to be honest.
He's not had a proper run, and when he's come on a few games, he has changed them. I thought against City he come on, he was excellent. You know, he come on against, I think it was against United earlier in the season and scored when we ended up 2-2.
This is true. Carrick also hasn't managed a big club. Same for Rossignol, same for Poch for managing Spurs. How are they ever going to get experience if they're not given the chance? It was like, you know, people always say, oh, we want Premier League proven players. Well, how are you going to know if they're any good till they get their chance in the Premier League?
When they get their chance, if they don't take it, then you know. I'm not saying they give a chance.
Romero should be sacked as captain. People said Sonny wasn't captain material, but he was miles better than Romero. 1,000,000% agree with you, Ben. Paige says, Jimbo, Carrick has had a great start, no doubt, but let's see where we finish. Europe next season is all I'm asking for, and we go from there. Romero or Vertonghen, Bentancur, Dembele, Solanke or Kane, Odebert or Son. This is how bad standards and scouting is at Spurs. Oh, no.
I think a massive thing with Carrick is he commands respect because of what he's done in the game.
Yeah, what he's won.
I think, what he's won. I think players will respect him. I mean, if I was a player and he comes as a manager, I would 100% respect him for what he's done in the game. So,
yeah. And look, this is true. Arteta hasn't even managed any club before he came to Arsenal. Exactly that.
Yeah, exactly. But it took him 6 years and £1 billion to get where he is.
Yeah, but if it wins in the league.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't forget, it took him 6 years and £1 billion. So
big up, Nugget. Good to see you. Do you believe every player cares and understands the situation? No, I don't.
Oh, no, I think they do, Kate. I think they realise the situation we're in, and I think that they care. They don't want to be a player that took Tottenham down, do they? I think they will. I think we will see some fight tonight. I do.
I'm actually quite glad Romero isn't playing. I wish Danso was fit, but I just think Romero, you're always on tender hooks that he's going to do something really bloody stupid. The only thing we're missing is goals, but we've got Van der Ven. Big up Jimmy Hotspur. Obviously, the match tonight, Jimbo, we've got our list of injuries are Madders, Kudus, Bergvall, Bentancur, Ritchie, Spence. Oh, Spence is back, sorry. Porro, Danso, Davis, Udogi. I don't think I've missed anyone.
There's a team there, isn't there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. So the team's going to pretty much pick itself, I believe. If you look at the clubs Romero has to be sent off against, there's a pattern, Kate. Yeah, always Brazilians, and they're all top teams. Yeah, Madrid. Sorry, Kat, but you hurt my arm. Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, very true. Who gifted you your membership? We gifted some, and someone else gifted some. Was it Rob? I think it was Rob Always United gifted some as well.
It? Sorry, so, Rob.
I don't know if it was us or Rob, but you're welcome. But yeah, the game tonight, I'm expecting to see Gray on the left, Dragushin and Van der Ven in the back, and Spence on the right. What do you reckon, Jim? Or do you think you'll see Gray on the right and Spence on the left?
I think Spence.
No, you can't.
I think that you'll probably go. Oh, maybe not yet, because we've got Sousa now, haven't we? So I'm not sure, Kate, because we've got Sousa, so he can play on the left. So it depends if he thinks he's ready to start this game.
Well, the midfield's going to be Xavi, Gallagher, Palhinha.
It'll be Spence on the right, I'm sure.
And it's going to be Xavi, Gallagher, and Palhinha in midfield. And then up front, I'm thinking Odebert, Solanke, and may go Tell, may go Kolo Muani. Don't know.
Tell will go.
I'd actually sell Romero in summer. Barcelona interested, as are Madrid. Yep, I would too. Unless we get Poch, and then I'd keep him. Frank never deserved a huge contract. He's won nothing. Come on then, if you want to come up. It's cat. I don't think we can underestimate the effect of your injuries. No, I agree. Jessica says she'd go 3-5-2. Jimbo, I guarantee, would go 4-4-2.
I'd have to look at the players we've got. I think he's got available, but I probably would.
He loves a 4-4-2.
I'm just so worried we don't win this game, honestly. We just need to win this game at every cost. They need to put everything on the line and fight their arse off to get this game over the line.
I'd like to see Vicario, Spence, Radu, Van der Ven, Sousa, Palhinha, Gallagher, Xavi, Tell, Solanke, Odebert. So Spence, Radu. So instead of Gray, you put Sousa there, but everything else is what I said. Yeah. It'd be interesting whether he starts Sousa. I thought he was all right.
He's got big pundits speak about him very, very highly, Kate. So he's obviously got something about him. Sometimes it's good just to throw him in the deep end. So it might do him the world of good. He might shine. I thought he did well the other day when he come on.
Yeah, I did too. He didn't
hesitate to bring him on either.
No, those players that we've got missing, you're right, top 10 team players. You know, I've never known a team to have so many injuries so consistently, season after season, as Tottenham. There's something inherently wrong there.
Yeah. We've got a discipline problem, I know that, at the club.
Yeah. Jessica says, I'd sell Romero regardless. Poch, if Poch comes, Romero's too rash. We need more consistent in centre-back. Dan says the league will come down to our last 4 games and West Ham's last 4. I think we need 3 wins out of the last 13, but as someone said earlier, we've only got 2 wins in 16. So it is a little bit precarious where we are. Simon says, I don't want Poch back. We booed him out the first time, and when he didn't get back, we will boo him out again. I didn't boo him, and I'd never boo him. Ever. Ever, never, ever, never, ever, never, never. Let's have a look at the poll. Talking of Poch. Did a poll, and it says, do you want Poch back? 72% said yes. 28% said no. That's a big percentage wanting back, Jimbo. Nearly 80% want his magic.
If he comes back, the fans will get behind him. They will get behind him. They know he cares about the club. He loves the club. So why wouldn't you want him back?
He needs time. He's going to need time.
Of course he is. But we won't be finishing 15th, 16th, 17th, that's for sure.
No way.
If he gets us in the top 10 and slowly builds us up to where we need to get to over a few seasons, we can take that after the shit we've had. You know, people have a bit more patience. But people haven't got patience with Frank because we finished 17th last season and we're heading that way again.
What's that? It's closer to a third. It was 78%, wasn't it? Oh no, 72%. All right, it's nearly 70%. Oh, you're very pedantic today, Joey Barton. When Poch came in, the league was different. Not as many good clubs in the top 8. Yeah, but he was different. He said that he thinks he's a better manager now than he's ever been. So, but I think they will give him time because he's got such a fond following. So I think he'll get the time from the fans.
No, I mean, a lot of it. It's easy to say that, but a lot of it depends on the progress. If people see progress, right, and they see you playing better football, but they see progress, they get time. You know, people will remember these seasons and think.
I know, Joey. There's quite a lot of people that don't want him. I know, but I think that once he comes, you'll find a lot of people are happy.
So it all depends on the progress, and he will give us progress over the last 2 seasons, apart from the trophy, the league positions I'm talking about.
Hang on. Okay, so say Poch comes back and results are no better than the last 2 seasons, then what? Well, look, I don't think that will happen, but he's going to need.
But say Poch comes back, right, and he gets us in the top 6 first season, and then what? He can say both ways, Joey. You know, we won't know till it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
We can all give scenarios like that. He might come back and win an FA Cup and get us in the top 6.
I absolutely love Poch, but I don't want him anywhere near this disease of a club. He's going to need what, Kate? What does Poch need? Time and love and nurturing and cuddles from me. No, he needs time and he needs support from the fan base. And I think he will bring through a lot of the youth. But there's also massive truth in this, that no one's ever going to succeed under this ownership. And I think if the summer window is anything like the January window, then we know that nothing is ever going to change at this club until the Lewis family piss off.
Well, he's opened his big mouth again, Lang, hasn't he? And said, "Oh, we're going to spend in the summer and get what the club needs." Let's just open the Frank.
Victims of 6-star facilities, yeah. A lot of people say that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But tonight, that's the big thing. Poch is away down the line. For now, we cannot lose this match tonight. Yeah, there is a difference between succeeding and surviving. I can't cope with just surviving every season. I mean, this is horrendous. I've never felt like so.
I've never felt so detached from the club.
No, it's not only that.
I think a lot of it's to do as well is the hierarchy come out and they say this and they say that and they don't back it up. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know, why are they doing that to us? You know, they could have gone out this last January and they could have spent a few million and tightened the team up a bit, brought in some players that would definitely help out. And they could have done it. I don't care what people say about January window. If you put the right money up, players, you can get the players. Like they did Gallagher, you know, but they've left us in a very bad position.
I don't think it's just that, Jim. I've never felt this concerned that we're actually going to get relegated. I've never known this feeling. Like it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying to think of us playing Millwall next year. We might not even be playing them because they might come up, but you know what I mean? Playing championship teams and the money we'd lose and the players we'd lose. Oh.
Yeah, they'd be doing a rebuild then, wouldn't they? Proper rebuild. Right? Because everyone's going to want to leave.
It's absolutely horrendous.
And they haven't thought of that. They must have sat there and thought, no, this is Tottenham. They're too good to go down. But, I mean, if you look at the West Ham team that went down, they had some phenomenal players.
Yeah.
And they went down. When Villa went down as well, you know, and we're on the brink of it, you know. And the thing is, you know, the fucking thing is, what's really annoying is that we give fucking West Ham the lift they needed.
Yeah, they've gone on a winning run since then, haven't they? Found a bit of form.
It was us that fucking give them the lift.
It'll just be more excuses in the summer, and we'll end up with kids again. I can't go through this again and again and again and again. I
know, Nugget. You're 100% right. It is like, it's like rinse and repeat, isn't it? It's like Groundhog Year.
The thing is, the only way that it'd change is if there was a huge, and I'm talking not 2,000, I'm talking about a huge protest, talking tens of thousands, or if there was a mass exodus where no one went to a game, or I just don't see it changing otherwise. 2,000 people at a protest is not going to make any difference. I mean, I don't put that much of an emphasis on protest, because I think if you're a rich person and you want to sell, you'll sell when you're ready. It don't matter. But I think if everyone stopped going to the matches, or everyone completely boycotted the food and drink, they'd notice it, you know. But I just don't know. I'm at the end of my tether with it. This stream's actually giving me a headache. It's so annoying. This is what happens when you focus on commercial success and not sporting. Very short-sighted. Yep. Leeds had some very good players when they went down, that team that was in the Champions League a few seasons earlier. Yep. Yeah. Callie says, I don't want to be a pessimist, but by the way we play, I'm afraid we might get relegated. Yeah. Joey, the thing is, right, I don't think there's a stomach for it, because the match-going fans don't protest. You know, there's 60,000 people go to Spurs, and what do you get? I think the most they've had is 2,000 people, so there isn't the stomach for it, clearly. And if there isn't the stomach for it, what do you do? I mean, I don't know how to better put it than that, but 60,000 people going to the ground and only 2,000 people actually protesting speaks absolutely huge, like huge. Don't care about the owners, the fans put up with that. That's what I mean.
I mean, there's some people saying they haven't spent money this January because they're going. But I mean, I don't know how true that is. But
protests don't work, especially the ones that protest then go in the stadium after. Morning, lovely Kate and Jim. Hope you're both well. Worried for tonight, Kate. I know we're just saying it's very stressful, Kate, because it's a no, like, you cannot lose this game no matter what. The thing is, Joey, people sit online and complain, right? You've got to look at the majority of I was going to say shareholders. I don't know where that come from. The majority of podcasts about Spurs, most of them, I would say, go to games. And they also, a lot of them do go to protests. And if they don't, they're a handful compared to the 60,000 people that go to the stadium every single game. I mean,
it wouldn't take much for the 60,000 to go to the stadium just to go and stand with a protest for half an hour.
But if I was Enid, I'm watching the protesters and going, oh, they're not happy. But hang on a minute. Do I care? No, because why? Because they're all flooding into the stadium after. I mean, and half of them are going to buy food and drink in there. So why do I care?
People like us, if we were going to the game regular, right, and there was a protest, we would go to the protest. Without any doubt, before I went into the ground, I would go to the protest. But why the people that go to the ground don't do it, I don't know. I can't answer that.
Do you not think that a lot of the... How do I word this in a way not to get myself in trouble? Maybe I shouldn't say it. Yeah, maybe I won't say it. If we were going, we would know by now. What were you going to say, Jim?
Yeah, don't say it.
It took Radcliffe 15 months for the United purchase. We all knew about it. Yeah, look, I don't know if I would go to the protest. I'm not going to lie. Because I think, I'm sorry, and I kind of I'm going to get pelters for this, but I think it's hypocritical to stand and protest about the owners, then go in their ground where you've just spent money for a ticket.
No,
I get the support the team, not the regime. But
if you and me was going to the ground and there was a protest, we would go to the protest, Kate. We would go there for half an hour or so. Without any doubt. Of course we would. We would. You can sit there and say, well, I don't know if I would. You would. You come with me because I would go, right? But, I mean, for us to go to a protest, it's like a 8 to 10 hour round trip, you know? So, but, I mean, if we would do tickets for a game and we were going to the game, I would then. But, I mean, but it's not, there's 60,000 people go, right? So then people that go week in, week out, I don't understand why they don't stand with the protesters just for half an hour. I don't.
This is kind of what I was getting at, Joey. The protests have got a bad name and mud sticks, and that's how I feel. And that is exactly why I think to myself, would I go? Obviously, Jimbo says he would.
Of course I would. If we was going to a game and they were protesting, I'd go.
Right.
Go.
Let's losing, right? Let me give you a scenario. Me and you are going to the Arsenal game. Let's suppose we are, which obviously we're not because Amelia's birthday. But if we were, we've spent 70 quid each on a ticket. That's £140. We go to the protest beforehand. We then go into the game where we've spent £140 to go in.
Yeah.
We'll have a drink at half time and then we leave. Don't you feel that's hypocritical in any way whatsoever?
I don't know, Kate, because look, if you go to the protest, you're protesting against the owners, right? And you're saying you don't like the way they're running the club, right? I know what you're saying. If you go and pay for the ticket and you go and buy the food, that you're supporting them. I'm not buying the food to support them. I'm buying the food because I'm fucking hungry and I can't go half hour without eating. So
that's exactly why I don't do it.
Oh, make me some sandwiches. I'll take my own sandwiches in and I won't eat.
But you still paid £140 to go into the stadium.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not travelling a round trip of 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours to go and protest and then not go in the ground. So it's.
I mean, it's like Simon Hill says, there was 100 at the last protest and all 100 of them went into the stadium after. So if I'm Enoch, I'm thinking, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I'm not criticising anyone for protesting.
It's a no-win situation.
Exactly.
You can't expect someone to buy a season ticket, right? And have the season ticket because they don't know how the season's going to pan out. Well, they pay between fucking I don't know how much they pay nowadays for their season ticket, thousands, right? You can't expect them to not use their ticket and throw their money down the drain.
I agree with you.
Anyway, so what difference does it make if they go in or not?
I agree with you, but that's why I'm saying I can't find the medium. I don't know where it is.
Well, it's not by not going in the game if you've already given them your money. If you give them your money, why would you not go in the game? You've given them your money anyway.
I agree with this. They sell when they're ready, and when they have someone to buy at the value they set, I don't think protests will pressure a sale. That's how I feel. And I don't think you can say, how do you define a hardcore Spurs fan? How do you define that? So are you suggesting someone that has a season ticket is wrong for protesting? Fans go to work? No, I'm not. But I'm trying to... Hang on, Jim. I'm trying to explain it from an outsider looking in. I don't go to watch a game and think about the owners for a second. I just don't. I go because I enjoy going to the football. And if I could afford it and we was in a position where we could get there easily, I would want a season ticket. But what I'm saying is if I'm the owner, I'm looking thinking this guy's paid £1,500 for a season ticket. He can stand outside and protest all he likes. I don't care. I've got his money. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to... it's hard.
Yeah. But it's a catch-22 because you buy your season ticket before the season ticket starts, right? Yeah. So you don't know how that season's going to pan out. It might pan out. It's a fantastic season. You finish in the top four. You win an FA Cup, and everyone's happy. But it's panned out this season, right? Where it's not been good. It's been terrible. So they're entitled to protest, even though they've bought the ticket. But it doesn't mean they shouldn't go in and see the game. I mean, that's just ludicrous. They've spent all that money on a season ticket. Right, they've still got the right to protest because they bought the season ticket. So, but why shouldn't they? If they don't go in the game, it's not. They're not. It's Enoch that don't give a shit because they've still got their money. But it doesn't give them the right to protest. It doesn't. Yeah, but it doesn't give them the right not to They should still protest if they
I
want to.
agree, but what I'm saying to you is, me and you don't have a season ticket. So if we choose to spend 150 quid going to the game, for us to then protest outside, for me, is hypocritical. I can't get it out. I'm not saying for season ticket holders, because they've paid a year in advance. They know they've invested in hoping that they get to see good football. But for me now to go to the Arsenal game and pay 75 quid for my ticket, but stand outside a protest before I go in, I just think it is hypocritical. That's me. That's just how I feel. But season ticket holders is slightly different. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said this.
I get that, but I get that. But I mean, it's different for us because we live so far away. Because we live like a day's drive away there and back, right? It's different. But for the local, if I lived local, right? If I lived fucking not far from the ground and there was a protest and I never had a ticket, I would still go down there, see my friends and have a protest with them. But I mean, for us, it's different.
Is there not a way that rather than, because I agree with you in the fact it needs to be uncomfortable for the board, but I also think the nastiness in the stadium has an effect on the players. Couldn't there be a mass protest at the training ground or at Lily White House where the board work? Because they must be there during the week, or say if we play like this weekend, we're not playing because it's FA Cup. Couldn't they have arranged a mass protest? Not during a match.
If you'd done it in the training ground, you'd get some coverage, some TV.
That's what I mean. And that's what you want. You don't want it to disrupt the players, but you want it to get coverage from the media. So, like I say, there's no match this weekend. Couldn't they have arranged a mass protest at the training ground or at Lily White House or somewhere other than during a match so that it doesn't affect the players? Because we all want the players to do well, but we also want the board to know that they're shit. And Ben's right. There needs to be a plan where, like, in a month's time, there's a protest. So everyone's got 4 or 5 weeks notice because people like us have to travel. And it's not going to be during a match. It's going to be here because we know that the board are going to be here on this date. So let's all meet up, do a mass protest outside where the media will pick up on it, or we'll let the media know. Do you know what I mean? I just think there's another way of doing it. That's just me personally. But yeah, the planning is terrible. But I just don't think it should be at a game. Think it needs to be away from a game so that it doesn't affect the players. But that's just me.
What's Joey said here?
So I renewed after the Europa League. I think it was the start of a new era. So now I can't protest. No, Joey, you're completely missing what I'm saying, right? I just think it hurts them more when it's not. And the whole focus of the protest is to get the ball out. So you need to do it at board level, not at a match, because that overflows into the players. And this is why I'm saying somewhere other than during a match, whether it be at the training ground, whether it be outside Lily White House when it's not a match day. The board don't just work on match days. All you've got to do is get Sky News down there, Sky Sports News or the BBC. And if you can get a few thousand people outside the training ground or Lily White House or whatever, it's going to make more of an impact than doing it at the ground. That's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm not calling anyone a hypocrite for that. I'm saying I personally would feel hypocritical if I paid 70 quid to go to a game and before I went in the ground stood outside and protested. That's my own feeling. I'm not calling anyone else a hypocrite. I've always said I take my hat off to anyone that chooses to protest. So, well, I don't know about that. I don't remember ever seeing it. So, I don't know. A delayed walk-in may be more effective as cameras will pick up on it and ask questions. Yeah, but they spin that, the traffic's been bad, or they can spin it as however they want. I turned up at protest when there was less than 10 outside the training ground in the freezing cold. There has to be an organised plan, otherwise no one will turn up. Everyone should sit on the barricade so no one can get in and out the training ground and just protest. Yeah, chain ourselves to the barricade. Burn your bras. Yeah. Can you imagine this club in the Italian league? Enoch wouldn't survive one season and we're sat here with 25 years of them.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm well behind. I need to finish soon. Do you think the board care if we protest? I don't think they care about the football side of it at all. Not one bit. Because if they did, they wouldn't have left us in this position with no investment in January. It's also the message. We don't want change for Tottenham. We want them out of our club. Yeah, agreed.
Well, they must care if we go down, because they're cutting their own throats if we go down.
Yeah. The protest has to be labelled as ENIC out, but the whole ENIC out movement is tarnished. Yeah. I don't know what you call it. Change for Tottenham, like you say, it's not change we want. We want the board out, but how do you call? I don't know. I don't know the answers. I wish I did, but I don't. I'll just give him my opinion. But yeah, the protest did work getting Ashley out. And do you know what? They were massive protests. Also inside the ground at a game, the cameras will be on and the people you're protesting can hear you. Yeah, but I still think it has a very negative effect on the players, as well as the manager, and not necessarily the board. Big up, Matt. Good to see you, sir. Just send an alert to all the Spurs fans and say there'll be another trophy celebration on a protest day, then hundreds of thousands will show up. Just say there'd be free beer or something there. Change for Tottenham was focused on Levy, so Levy went, they got change. Yeah, now we need a different one. And ENIC out, you're right, it is tarnished. I don't know. Players can go home to their mansions and cry into their jelly tots. Yeah. Let's get the next victim in, not back him, boo him, and go again. Rinse and repeat FC. Just my opinion, but we should be getting behind the team at the moment. Get safe and protest away. Agreed. I agree 1,000,000%. Even if we do it at the end of the season or doing friendlies or something. But at the minute, we need to get behind this team because they need to fight.
They really fucked themselves, didn't they? Because they said Lang come out with his statement that they're going to back the team and they're going to spend the money. And they never done it in January. If they'd have gone out and spent some money in January and made the squad stronger, I mean, they wouldn't be getting none of this. The people would be thinking, right, let's just get rid of Frank and get a different manager in. You know, they could have really stamped and shown that they were serious now that Levy's gone. I mean, there's such, honestly, I don't know what to say about it. I better not say no more because I'll get myself in trouble.
I know, and just as we're finishing, we're getting more and more people in, but it is time for the coffee company, so I'm going to finish there. Plus, Jimbo and I are back tonight at 6 p.m. for the pre-match therapy session. Matt says, I bitch behind the scenes, but the moment we kick off, I back my team. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I don't know. Look, I'm going to try and think of it. I'm going to put my brain to the test and see if I can think of something. I'm not saying that I'm going to start a movement or anything like that because, you know, I have enough trouble starting my car. But look, let's just all just try and have a think. But at the minute, the main thing is we back our team and try and get us out of this really awful situation.
We need to get out of this. 3 points tonight will be an absolute brilliant start. I might start worrying a bit less if we get 3 points tonight.
Big up Steve D, 27-month member. Moondog for being a member for a month. Then Moondog for the super chat. Paul for the super sticker. Moondog for the super chat. And another super chat. And another super chat. Thank you all so much for the support. Please do smash a like on the way out. Like and hype, apparently. That's the new thing, apparently. Fuck off, Enoch. That's straight to the point. Good luck tonight, Mama Flossie. Even though I really don't mean it, we need the points more than you do. But yeah, enjoy the game, everyone, and we'll see you back here at 6 p.m. Stay where you are, and you'll be redirected to Ben. And don't forget to check out Moonpeak's Mr. Bit Art as well. Have a good day, and as always, come on, you Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.